Welcome to Ken's Corner Podcast, Season 3. Get ready for expert analysis and rising wrestling stars. Now here we go with your host, Ken Judge.
Hey everyone, it's Ken from Ken's Corner, and I'm back with one of my favorite hometown boys. Well, my favorite hometown boy, Gunner Lang, the one and only Iron Cowboy Gunner Lang. And we got a big event coming up this week that I actually helped with some sponsorship. Thank you for giving me that chance to do so, and having my name on your flyer has been really exciting for me. And whatever I can do to help out as well, I would love to get back in the ring and interview the wrestlers. I found it really intense to get them raw right after their match, and I really appreciate that chance to do so. And I've actually been speaking to a friend of mine down in Florida. He is a retired announcer for Global Wrestling down there, and he's giving me some pointers on how to stand closer a little bit to the wrestlers in the backstage interviews. So I think I've been schooled a little bit, and you're going to get, if that's in the cards, you're going to get 150% this time, more than my 100% from last time. Anyway, enough talking for me. I do want to show the fact that I'm wearing my favorite wrestler's shirt right here.
There we go.
Now I'm going to pass it over to you, Gunner, and stop talking here and let you explain what we got going on again, and all our exciting matches, and maybe our prices on our tickets.
Well, first, thanks so much for being a sponsor. I really appreciate that more than you know. It was great to have you on the last show, and like you're saying, it's that real golden age feel of getting the raw emotions of a wrestler right after they win, or if that's even the case, and the backstage interviews. Getting that real personal, real raw look at their feelings after such a match or an event. And it was really great to have that as a part of our first event back in April. And we'll absolutely have you back this Saturday, doing some in-ring interviews, doing some backstage interviews. Get you going, the voice of Pro Wrestling Standoff.
Yeah.
But so April was just getting started, and that's exactly why I called it Just Getting Started, because that's what we're doing, which is why we're back this Saturday, Stouffville Slam, running right along with the Strawberry Festival, which is a huge, near and dear event to my heart. I went every year growing up, and I think that it's going to be really great for families to go to the Strawberry Fest, come enjoy some wrestling after, go back to the Strawberry Fest the next day. And if you want to purchase your tickets, you can get them online on Eventbrite, just like last time. This time we have more variety for seating. We have front row, general admission, and bleachers. So the stadium seating in the old arena is wide open to us. So we're going to take full advantage of it. Pre-sale, the before the door price of these tickets are $10 for the bleachers, $15 for the general admission, and $25, I think, $25 for the front row tickets.
Yes.
Front row is exclusively front row. You want that real right up in your face experience. That's exactly what you want. Every other seat in the building is going to be great too. Don't get me wrong, but you really want to jump on those front row seats, in my experience, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we're looking at. You can also get them at the door if you want. Nothing wrong with that. They will be full price, however. So definitely take advantage of that pre-sale. You can check them out, like I said, on Eventbrite, or you can get in contact with my buddy Mike in Stouffville, who's got a hold of some physical tickets.
Yeah. So those that don't know,
Skip
this
the
is
tax.
pardon me.
Skip the tax.
Skip the tax. That's not a bad idea, right? For those that don't know, Gunner is speaking about this coming Saturday, June 29th, at Stouffville Arena on 9th Line, the old Stouffville Arena. So come join us down there and get some pictures up next to our amazing wrestlers that are going to be there. Hell, if you want to be next to me in a picture, you're more than welcome to do so also. Let's talk about some of these matches that we got going on, Gunner.
Absolutely. So, because I want this event to have a big fight feel, not that last time in April wasn't, but I really want this one to stand out. So I gave this show a pre-show to warm up the fans. So we have 2 matches in our pre-show, opening with a triple threat match between Isaiah Prince, who we saw in the first match of Just Getting Started against Stouffville's own Matt Burns. Came up short against Matt Burns, but hey, I mean, I can't complain. That's one of our Stouffville boys.
Yeah.
And but he's got a chip on his shoulder now. He really wants to rectify that loss. So he's going to be trying to do that against 2 debuting superstars. That is Ali the Unnatural, who was supposed to be in the Rumble, but unfortunately, due to injury, was not. But he will be here, guaranteed, on Saturday. And a standout from my wrestling home, HPW, Ashton Shade. That's going to be the first match. Second, which is going to top off the pre-show, is going to be Airstrike defending the NSW tag team titles against a team. I have no idea who. We haven't found out yet, but we're going to find out. I'm going to find out probably the same time as you guys on Saturday when that second team's music hits. But let me tell you, you do not want to miss Mike Forte and Tyler Arrow tear it up. They are an act like none other, man. They are exciting, charismatic, something to behold. I
I've heard a
promise you.
lot about them.
Yep, absolutely.
I haven't had the pleasure to watch them wrestle, so I'm excited for that match myself. Thank you.
No problem. I'm excited to bring them to Stouffville. Back when I started planning about this stuff years ago, I immediately thought of them. And I was like, yeah, these are 2 guys that I personally really enjoy being with. I consider them good friends, and I really like what they do in the ring. They're so exciting. I want to show that to Stouffville. So that's going to be a great pre-show. And the main show hasn't even started yet at that point.
Yeah. So
that's right. We're going to, sorry?
I was just saying, go on. Let's hear some more, Gunner.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, all the matches are announced. There's going to be Ontario's resident belt collector as of late, Bitter Bia Moss. She is a 15-year veteran, if you believe it, and it shows in her work. I can't remember exactly how many belts is she at right now. 7, 6, 7.
I stopped counting at 5.
Yeah, I mean, she's got more belts than anybody knows what to do with. But she's defending one of them, the NSW Women's Championship. There's a lot of NSW titles being defended on this show. As you know, PWS is partnered with NSW, and the show is being promoted by both. So we're happy and honored to have some NSW titles featured on that show. Another one is the NSW Brass Knuckles title. And that's a title we recently brought out of retirement at Just Getting Started. That's going to be our good buddy Clash Kincaid, and he's going to be defending it against the first ever NSW Brass Knuckles champion from 20 years ago. He was in the Rumble, Iron Fist, Logan Savage.
Wow.
No disqualification bout. It's going to be hard hitting and intense. I mean, I don't want to age the guy, but myself and a lot of my peers grew up in the indie scene, watching the old NSW stuff with Logan Savage. So
definitely.
Real nostalgic for us.
Yeah. I just want to cut you off for 1 second. If there was any complaints about the last event, and really there wasn't, but the only ones that I did feel was, can we have some more female content? And you bring the one and only NS champion. Wow, that's
right.
amazing.
I mean, we definitely need some female competition, and there is no shortage of great women's talent nowadays on this entire continent, in the world in general. Women's wrestling is, I believe, at its best it's ever been, and I really think it's important to have some of that representation. That's why we have Jessie Mack coming back from Just Getting Started. Saw her teaming with her husband, Matt Cash.
Yes.
She is going to be in her singles competition, and she's no stranger to Bia. They've locked horns before, so I know that it's going to be a good one. It's technical prowess and cunning, conniving technique versus hard-hitting, hardcore offense.
Yeah.
It's something to behold.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm sure the Stouffville crowd is going to be just ecstatic watching that match. Okay, let's carry on with the rest of your event.
Well, there's going to be yours truly and my partner, Steve Brown, When Generations Collide WGC, teaming up to take on Careless Dynasty. That is going to be for the first ever PWS Tag Team Championship. We will be determining the inaugural champs. I mean, I think my odds are pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm a hometown guy, and it's a hometown field. I really think my odds are good. We're gonna have to really keep our eyes open for the Careless boys. They're really crafty, really conniving. There's a reason they're PW Tag Team Champions right now.
Yes,
and they still have.
I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but if anyone can remember back just a few years ago, Gunnar Lang had quite the feud with Careless Dynasty out there in Hamilton. So this is going to be a great match to watch. You don't want to miss this one. I'm definitely, hopefully, going to be standing out there waiting for you to win those belts.
Well, I'm going to do my very best. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't at least just a little bit personal. Yeah, we do have Goldie and I have a little bit of beef to squash from, a few years ago back in Hamilton. And, that wasn't that long ago, and I haven't forgotten. So I'm going to take that with me, and I'm going to take that all the way to the tag team titles with Steve Brown.
Amazing. Okay, who else do we have? And we're not done announcing because
not done yet. No way. We have none other than the man they call El Diablo, Gabriel Fuerza. He's an Ontario. Hell, he's a Canada standout.
He is.
You don't need to know a whole lot about indie wrestling to have either seen or heard of Gabriel Fuerza. His work speaks for itself. He is a generational talent, and we are lucky and fortunate enough to have him challenging Bruiser Battersby for the NSW Internet, or as he calls it, Environmental Championship. And we saw Battersby at Just Getting Started.
Yes.
He was in the Rumble with Andrew Love at the very beginning and at the very.
He's a very daunting, big, talented wrestler.
He really is. I've locked horns with him a few times, not often successfully. And he really lived up to his moniker. He's a survivalist, and he survived the entire Rumble right up till the bitter end, and where ultimately Andrew Love, overcame the survivalist. Survived the survivalist, you may say.
Yeah.
But yeah, he nonetheless is still the NSW Internet Champion, and for a reason. Not only is he strong, fast, and agile, and big, don't forget big, but he's crafty. He will cut all corners possible to keep that title.
Yes. I can believe it. I've witnessed a few matches in the past myself, and he's something to behold inside the ring.
You ask me, he doesn't need to be crafty or cunning. He's already strong and powerful and fast enough. I mean, Gabriel Fuerza has his work cut out for him, but if anybody can do it, I think Fuerza may be it.
Yes. Now, you still probably have another match for me.
Couple more matches, yeah, I believe, yeah. Well, we have the Lucky 7 Scramble. So this is going to be 7 competitors competing for not exactly a title, but for an opportunity at a title. They're going to be competing for something called the Golden Jackpot card. This card, by yay big, all gold, says jackpot on it. It's going to allow its holder to challenge for any NSW or PWS title anytime they want. It's not a jump in the ring, grab a ref right away kind of thing. It's not all spontaneous like that. Sorry. Mm-hmm. But it's still nonetheless.
So I can't get in the ring?
Money. Making your own money. You can You make your own money with this. You make whatever opportunity you want with this. And in there, we have our good friend Ace Cannon. We have Anthony Musso. We have Van Landen.
Oh.
We have Matt Cash, as we spoke of before, one half of My Hardcore Romance.
Yeah.
We have, well, the Save Boys. We saw the Save Boys last time. We saw Steve Brown and I beat the Save Boys, but they could very much get a very big redemption in this match if they pull the resources together, which is probably why they're both in the match, if I'm being honest.
You don't want to take them lightly.
No, you don't. I mean, like, you can say what you want about them. They're all preachy and culty and all that, and kind of ridiculous. But their track record speaks for themselves. I mean, they're multiple-time tag team champions.
Yes.
In multiple companies, NSW, GCW. Their work speaks for themselves. They are probably the wiliest tag team on the scene right now.
Yeah.
Or at least that's in my opinion. But
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah. I did save the best competitor for last, though. None other than our Stouffville boy, Matt Burns. How great would it be to see Matt Burns get 2 wins in a row in Stouffville?
That would be amazing.
I would love to see it, but there are 6 other competitors in there, so the odds are stacked against him just as much as they are against everybody else, except maybe the Save Boys, if you look at it statistically speaking. But it's anybody's game in that match. I just think home field advantage, and my guess is Matt Burns. Okay, my hope is Matt Burns, but I'd be just as happy seeing somebody like Van Landen or my good buddy Ace Cannon.
Yeah,
anybody but the Save Boys, please. Anybody but the Save Boys.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll turn against each other at some point in the match, and then that will negate the double team.
I'd appreciate that. I'd pay to see it.
Yeah.
Well, our main event, I believe, is the only thing left.
Okay, let's have our main event, Gunner.
Our main event was set up last show at Just Getting Started at the very end, right after we saw Alessandro Del Bruno beat Lio Rush. Lio Rush, internationally traveled superstar, WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW, currently AEW too.
Oh.
Beat him. By virtue of that, I guess the new champion, Andrew Love, decided that was enough to earn him a title shot. And, we got ourselves a pretty epic face-off at the very end of the show. Andrew Love versus Alessandro Del Bruno for the PWS Grand Championship.
Well, it is very fitting for you to have a soccer player at this time of year fighting for a championship, considering all the soccer that's going on all over the world. Our Canadian team out there during Copa America and the Euros playing at the same time. So you never know, but I am an Andrew Love fan a long time. So I have to stick with my friend Andrew Love on this one.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a fan of Andrew Love. I mean, like, it's no secret. He's a good buddy of mine. And, he fought real hard for that title in that match, and he came out on top. Now, honestly, I think this is a real proving ground for him. He's got to overcome an Ontario indie veteran, probably the best unsigned talent in Canada right now, if you're asking me, Alessandro Del Bruno. They have locked horns before, but Love wasn't successful. So he feels like I'm pretty sure he feels like he has a lot more to prove this time around.
Yeah.
That feeling might distract him. I don't know, but honestly, it's anybody's game on that one, in my opinion. Anybody's game.
Yeah, I had a chance to be up and close with that match with Lio Rush, and I want to add he's such an amazing man as well as an amazing wrestler, and to come out on top of that match, which I don't think anyone in the arena expected him to, maybe other than himself. And he did it. So yeah, he deserved that title match, and I'm going to be excited to see that match as well. I think I've said that about every one of your matches here today, so I really appreciate what you have going. Before we go, I do want to say my friend Noah Tuck He's got a long name, but you know him, Noah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
Owen
um,
Klein himself.
pardon me.
Owen Klein.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you very much. So last time he said to me, he said, "You know what? I really need a Ken's Corner shirt." So I went out and made some shirts. I don't know. Can you see it? There you go.
There it is. That's a good shirt
Well,
right
this
there.
is a gold on white. I do have some other ones, red on black. A few people have actually purchased a couple of them, and they'll be sitting in the crowd, so you might see them scattered around. But you never know. I might just give Gunnar Lang one of my shirts here this week because you're
Gunnar Lang would
so
love one of those
kind.
shirts.
Pardon me?
Gunnar Lang would love one of those shirts.
Would you? Okay, so I'm gonna gift one for you, and I'm thinking I don't know, I might have one other shirt for someone out there in that crowd. I know I'm going into the ring to say a couple of words, which last time it was my first time, so I would love the chance to do it, but I was a little nervous going in, didn't really know what the heck I was going to say. So I have a little bit more of a plan this time, and it's all about promoting this beautiful event, and hopefully we can have another event just like this. Two events that we've had, April 27th, just getting started, and this one, uh, sorry, June 29th, Stouffville Slam. I can't wait, Gunner.
I agree. I would absolutely love to bring wrestling back to Stouffville again. Oh, and I completely forgot. You reminded me when you were talking about your interviewing. I completely forgot about one match.
Oh,
The trios match. It's DTN, John Tavius, Darius King, and Blake Marriott, three really good friends of mine in the business, taking on the stable that you interviewed in their debut words as a stable, the mayor's office.
minus one.
Yeah, -1, but yeah, he's a part of them nonetheless.
Yeah, he
legend,
was too upset from the loss of the
Eric
night, so
Kudo.
he didn't want any part of that interview that night.
Apparently not.
But they're a very daunting force. LeBron Legend is he's a one big guy there, so
Big dude.
yeah, they're gonna have their work cut out for them. But it's a lot of amazing wrestlers. There's so much talent that's going to be in Stouffville for this weekend. One of our favorites, you said it was yours, but it's also mine, the Stouffville Strawberry Festival. I live right on Main Street, so I'm going to hear that and be able to walk over to the arena and join you and have so much fun over there. Now, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to leave the floor open to you for your final thoughts.
Well, I mean, you said it. It's the Strawberry Festival. It's a really big feeling weekend. Canada Day is right around the corner. You know, it's a whole lot of talent coming to Stouffville. It didn't really hit me exactly how much wrestling talent is actually coming to Stouffville until I was just, rifling off those matches just now. And yeah, there's a lot of us. It's a lot of talent coming into Stouffville, and I am so excited that not only were we able to bring wrestling back to Stouffville back in April, but that we're doing it again. And I would really love to see this become like a regular thing, bi-monthly. Every other month,
That
bring
would
your
be
kids out to
amazing.
the wrestling show. Have turn Stouffville into a hot spot again, just like it was over almost 50 years ago. And yeah, just enjoy the Canada Day long weekend with some wrestling. It's not just in Stouffville. I mean, like if you're up in St. Catharines, there's NSW the next day with their Great Canadian Bash, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Something like
So
that.
much, so
But
much
hey,
events around.
yeah, there's a ton of wrestling for everybody to enjoy, and it's a really family oriented weekend. It's a long weekend. Everybody's out with their families, and I personally believe there's no better family entertainment than wrestling. Bring the
I
kids out,
100%
have
agree.
some fun. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really great weekend for everyone.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to add this in. I haven't told you this yet, but I do go out quite often in the community working for the radio station, who's also sponsoring this show, Whistle Radio, Stouffville 102.9 FM.
They sure are.
Yes. So I'm out in the community, and so I get recognized once in a while for being on the radio. But I get just as many people saying, "I seen you at the wrestling event. I'm coming again. That was so much fun." I've had that happen to me multiple times here in Stouffville since that event. So I'm expecting a great show and a great turnout, and it's going to be so much fun. And thank you so much for having me involved here at Ken's Corner again with you, Gunner Lang.
That really genuinely warms my heart. And one last thing, if I may, I would be completely remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to, publicly thank Stouffville, the people of Stouffville, for coming out to our last show. It was such a great time. It was absolutely thrilling and heartwarming for me to see my fellow Stoufvillians in the same building as a wrestling ring. I honestly got a little choked up at the very beginning when I came out there and said, "Hey, y'all," and I just can't thank y'all enough. And I really hope that you guys come out and enjoy it this time too. I had a great time with you guys. I know everybody in the back did. I heard nothing but great things. So let's make it happen again, guys.
Yeah. On that note, I would love to stick around, but I'll see you soon enough. And there's going to be lots of great things, lots of great merch from your many wrestlers that are there. I'm sure you'll be able to find a great table for some pictures and buy a T-shirt or a flyer, because this great talent that's coming out to entertain us all. This is how they make their little bit of a living or their gas money, just to get there to show you what the show that we're going to be able to experience as a town, as a community. Sorry, it took me, I got choked up there too. It's amazing being here in Stouffville. I guess that's why I'm controlling this conversation a little bit more. I apologize for that, Gunner. But
all good. Your podcast.
I just want to say thank you again. It's always a pleasure to have you on here. I'm sure you'll be back soon.
Absolutely.
Everyone, one more final thought from Gunner Lang.
Thanks again, y'all. Really hope to see you on Saturday. Don't miss it.
Thank you. My name's Ken. I'm here on Ken's Corner, and I'm here with my professional wrestler friend from my hometown of Stouffville, the Iron Cowboy, Gunner Lang. And don't miss this Saturday, June 29th, SummerSlam. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
That might be my bad for
Stouffville Slam. I'm sorry. Yeah, SummerSlam is going to be better. It's more down to earth. You'll be able to interact with the wrestlers a lot more than that anyway. But anyway,
it's way cheaper.
That it is. If you want to go down there to do something like that next week, you're going to be paying $250 for a ticket up in the bleachers. So anyway, June 29th, Stouffville Slam, PSW. Don't you miss it. Right from the words of Gunner Lang here in Ken's Corner. Thank you very much, Gunner.
Thank you very much, Ken.